Welcome back to another episode of The Market Take, breaking down what's happening around the world in the markets and in crypto.
And if you like being informed about this kind of stuff, please consider subscribing to our channel. And if you do watch our content and you're not sure if you're subscribed, please double check. A lot goes into making these videos, and we get super motivated when we see that people are interested. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, we're live already, dude. The intro didn't
I
go
know.
in.
I said start it.
It is. We start. We're live.
Oh crap! Is the freaking preview off?
Well, I don't know. Were you? Did you tinker with it?
Unless you opened up one of the scenes that I was recording on.
I think you tinkered it when you went in the studio.
Anyway, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Market Take. Merry Christmas. It's December 22nd. Thank God we didn't say some wild shit, huh? Hey guys, it's December 22nd. Welcome back to another episode of The Market Take. Night is going down, it looks like, unfortunately. Anyway, guys, it's 3 days before Christmas. It is 9 days before the new year.
Oh, I didn't want to hear that.
You guys got some new resolutions? 2025, what a year, huh? Went by so fast. You guys think the world is spinning quicker? Are the days going by quicker?
Blinked and it was gone.
Because I'm not feeling 34. I'm feeling like a 32. I'm feeling like the years are kind of speeding up.
You know what? Blake Edwards brings up a good point. All right, everybody repost the stream. If you're just coming in here, repost the stream. I'm going to repost it on my...
I'm going to repost it right now.
Let's get it popping in here, shall we?
Because I'm a big reposting kind of guy.
I'm a big RT guy. Big RT, big body bends. Just kidding.
All right, I reposted it.
Oh yeah, we're filling up. Dude. Man. It feels like we've been gone for a long time. It feels like we've been gone for a long time. I feel like we haven't done one of these in a minute.
I mean, we skipped last week. That's about it.
I know. I'm just saying it feels like we've been gone for a minute.
Yeah.
What's not clocking?
This month is always like a brain foggy kind of month.
It is. Very daisy. December's end of the year.
Like, okay,
it's the holidays.
We come back. We take a break. We come back. Even the market is on the same thing. Was doing the same thing. On off.
Market's a fugazi.
We'll be talking about what to expect from the markets going into the end of the year when we get into the stock and crypto news, folks.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get going. What's up, man? What's going on with this Epstein stuff, man? Dude, I gotta keep it a buck.
Not surprised.
I stopped paying attention to the Epstein stuff because I just figured it's all bullshit. So I haven't been paying attention to what's going on, what the new stuff is. What I heard is everything is coming out redacted once again. But you tell me.
Yeah, stuff's coming out redacted, but I feel like this time the DOJ has had a fire lit under their anus, so to speak. Because let me tell you, okay, so the first release that happened last week, it came out very incomplete, very spotty, and the backlash was immense. They were withholding certain pictures, especially with Trump. And now they released those again, so to make sure that they included that. But some people that that are confirmed in the photos with Epstein are this. Okay. We have, everyone knew this. Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was there a lot. He was there a lot. He was swimming. He was dancing. He was wearing
in the hot tub,
crazy shirts. He was on one. Trump, Al Gore, Bill Richardson, former New Mexico governor. George Mitchell, Senate Majority Leader. Mainly Democrats. There was mainly Democrats that attended this Epstein Island and hung out with Epstein. And then for entertainment figures, Michael Jackson,
Bro,
Mick
there's not to interrupt, but there's been some juice coming out that Michael Jackson was trying to expose this kid pedophilia stuff going on the island, and then they painted him as the pedophile. That's just one little conspiracy that's coming out. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. I just thought that was interesting.
Gold Lover goes, America's in deep, deep water. We need Christ more than ever. I agree. Okay, some other people, and this is, I got a lot to say in this. Mick Jagger, not on that, but wow, Mick Jagger, Kevin Spacey. Guys, if you don't know, Kevin Spacey got canceled like what, 5, 6, 7 years ago.
6 or 7.
But he got canceled for, for essay allegations, and I'm pretty sure he like came out and admitted it. And he's just recovering from that, literally just recovering from that, and starting to get back into Hollywood and get into work. And then this comes out.
Did you see like it was out on the news a couple weeks ago, like these rumors coming out that Kevin Spacey's like homeless, he's staying at Airbnbs, yada yada, and then he had to come out and say like that's not true.
Yeah. No, he was, he's definitely been getting dragged through the mud for the past few years, but he was just starting to come back, and then this comes out. And he was at the properties. And then Walter Cronkite, I don't know who that is at all. All right, now let's go to tech leaders. Bill Gates. Bill Gates was frequent. He was a frequenter. And supposedly I guess Jeffrey Epstein was managing his money. Like there's evidence of the files, and that Bill Gates was that Epstein was managing Bill Gates's money. And then you got Reid Hoffman, LinkedIn co-founder. This actually leaked before these files leaked, like a week prior. And Reid Hoffman actually has because Trump posted something on Truth Social about Reid Hoffman. And he started, and and Reid's been tweeting about it as well. Larry Summers, former Treasury Secretary. Sergey Brin. Who's Sergey Brin? Founder of Google. International figures. Prince Andrew. Ehud Barak, former Israeli Prime Minister. Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi Crown Prince. Qatari royals. And then a lot other Middle Eastern elites. Noam Chomsky. I don't know who that is. Linguist, activist. I don't know. I guess he's like an Indian political figure or something. But yeah. And then obviously you have the Ghislaine Maxwell and Richard Branson.
Yeah,
folks.
I mean,
I think it's going to get a lot more juice here.
I just feel like if you just want the trust of the people, just send out the full list, fire it away. If you're on it, you're on it. Everyone's kind of a sicko in their own way. Just if you want the American people back on your side, just send the list out.
But let's not make what allegedly went on inexcusable. Or excusable.
I'm not saying it's excusable at all. I'm just saying just expose the list, buddy. What's up with this redacted? So what was that whole stunt they pulled when he first got into office with all the influencers with the binders?
What was that?
There was nothing there.
It was like a select few curated binders that only a select few influencers got to look at. That was the biggest, weirdest.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, everything happening around it, I just think is just BS here on out. It's all a facade by Mossad.
I
Who
want
knows?
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, well, we'll see what comes to it, man. I mean, I you know, I the more they release, I don't know. I'm curious to what how people are gonna actually really react. If people don't do anything about it, then everybody sucks. Um, but yeah.
Anyway, did you see the terror happening in Paris yesterday? Today-ish?
What happened in Paris?
Just like a ton of radicals like going through Paris, screaming like Allah Akbar and like trashing the cities, like throwing
Really?
like dumpsters through like storefronts, just like terrorizing the city.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And what'd they do about it?
Nothing.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And you know what's crazy?
Something like that happened in LA, right? I mean, not like
Yeah.
that, but something even crazier.
Well, speaking of terror and terror plots, this isn't and the group that I'm about to talk to you about isn't some radical Muslim group. It's not, or Islamic group. They're actually Americans, and they're actually radical leftists, like confirmed. They go by a group called the Turtle Island Liberation Front. I think that's the name of it. Right? Yeah, Turtle
Yeah,
Island. Yeah,
kill
Turtle
like
Island. Yeah, Turtle Island Liberation Front. Okay. If you're wondering what's Turtle Island, Native Americans used to call America Turtle Island after it got colonized. But it was a group of four, and before I get into it, let me set a premise. Turtle Island Liberation Front is like a subgroup of a far more radical group. I forgot what they were called.
Mhm.
But long story short, these four people were plotting to blow up a bunch of businesses on New Year's Eve. And and yeah, they got caught by the FBI in the middle of rehearsing. And what they found were complex pipe bombs hidden in backpacks.
Mhm.
And they were rehearsing on how they were going to do it. But the four suspects, and listen to their names: Audrey Elaine Carroll, 30, also known as Asiganok. They got these crazy, stupid names, like these nicknames. She's from South Los Angeles. Zachary Aaron Page, 32,
Wait,
also known.
are you saying their cover names or are you saying their real names?
Yeah, I'm saying their real names and then their nicknames. Zachary Aaron Page, 32, also known as AK of Torrance, wherever the hell Torrance is at. But he's transgender. Dante Gatfield, 24, also known as Nomad. Fucking loser.
And
Sorry, excuse me language.
Tina Lai?
From South Los Angeles. And Tina Lai, 41, also known as Kickware. She sounds like the hacker of the group. From Glendale. But yeah, I'm gonna read the report that the FBI put up. The latest reported terror plot in Los Angeles as of December 26, 2025 involves a full New Year's Eve bombing scheme disrupted by the FBI earlier this month. Federal authorities arrested four individuals allegedly affiliated with the far left extremist group Turtle Island Liberation Front on December 12th, with charges announced on December 15th. The plot targeted logistics centers of two unnamed U.S. companies. They probably didn't release the names because to reduce panic and fear, and they don't want like mass hysteria going on.
Smart.
But these companies were in the greater Los Angeles area, aiming to detonate multiple improvised explosive devices, IEDs, specifically complex pipe bombs hidden in backpacks at midnight on New Year's Eve to spread fear and terror. The group also discussed follow-up attacks on immigration and customs enforcement agents and vehicles in early 2026. They face federal charges of conspiracy and possession of an unregistered destructive device. If convicted, could receive up to 5 years for conspiracy and 10 years for destructive device charges, with potential for additional counts. Uh, Honestly, not enough time. Throw them away for life.
Did you see they also arrested a fifth person who was an ex-Marine in Louisiana?
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Did
You
you
know,
did you see the drone footage that they have on these guys practicing, like trying to blow up shit?
I saw like little pics. I didn't see like a video.
Yeah.
Did you see a video?
No, I just saw drone photos.
Yeah, well, I saw those. It was like it was in the wasn't it in the middle of the desert somewhere?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, where else are you gonna practice that,
yeah.
right?
But that guy that was arrested in Louisiana was gonna go to New Orleans and like shoot up the place, I guess.
Wow. Yeah, do you know what's crazy? Do a lot of you'd be surprised, but like a lot of military vets are really left, are
Mhm.
pretty far left too. Um, and I guess you can imagine why, right? When they go through the system, when they go through the military, and they realize it's not what they seem like, and they realized that, and they realize like the government didn't treat them as they expected, they get a
Mhm.
little wonky.
Mhm.
Um, but and there's you know, which is it's actually pretty I mean it's more common than you would think. But this brings me to
I
a next
mean,
point too.
right. I mean, the left was always kind of sought out as like, hey, like, everyone's kind of equal. Take care of your working class, take care of the people that served, but it's kind of straight away from that. That's just my opinion. But we don't gotta get too political.
Yeah. Gold Lover goes, you guys would have a lot of fun interviewing someone I followed for years. She is a historian and ex-teacher turned lawyer, now becoming a political figure out of mere pressure from silence of public figures. Her name is Rubia Garcia. Wonder why yeah, dude, Gold Lover, put us in touch if you can. Wonder why homeless vets shouldn't be a thing at all, man. Yeah, they honestly they really shouldn't. That's something I do agree with. Like,
That's crazy.
especially especially if you're a combat vet, dude, you should be taken care of for the rest of your life, without a doubt. There's a lot, dude. I could go into this for hours, but we'll save it for another day. But there's a lot we could get into about that. But this also like a lot of people don't realize, and no, I didn't just get this from the movie too, but lots of terrorists are lots of terrorists actually plan in the desert from across the border. Um, yes, you saw it in Sicario, but that is the thing. They do come. Some of them do come in through the Mexican border for sure, and they
They
do practice in the desert.
they should make a government program to put mentally stable vets as security around all the schools, colleges, this and that. Put the tax money to good use.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I would say probably like 40% of combat vets go into private contracting after military. Because here's the thing, dude, and like I've watched like countless interviews on this too, right? Like
Mhm.
once you've like been in the military and you've been at war for so long, like that's all you're accustomed to. It's very hard to transition from that to civilian life. And that's why these soldiers continue to like to do like contracting work in like very hostile areas after the fact, because that's where they feel most comfortable at.
Right.
But if you put them in, if you put them in some scenario where like there's like, you know, some orderly scenario that's like that can be combative or whatever, or like I'm talking like in a security realm or like in a policing realm, they do a lot better.
Mhm.
They do. Um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, for you for sure need to be like cleared mentally to be around schools too, I think. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, so the U.S. started conducting airstrikes on Syria for those 2 soldiers that got killed. They hit about 70 locations. It's called Operation Hawkeye, and they're just leveling the place.
Jeez.
It's not really making that much news. They do have the backing of the Syrian government. Dude, Syria is such a crazy place. I've
Why
been
say
watching,
that?
dude. I've been watching like all these like travel videos of Syria, like recent trips to Syria. It's because okay, so they used to be under a dictatorship, right? And now they just recently got liberated, but in reality, they're kind of just like ran by terrorist organizations, kind of like Afghanistan, and and the government and these terrorist organizations still kind of like fight each other here and there, but like the cities are still like really controlled by terrorist organizations, ISIS to be exact. and they control a lot of stuff, even like customs, like and all these checkpoints are literally controlled by terrorists and militia groups that are linked to ISIS. The government actually has like little to no control still. But yeah, that's what's going on there. You're muted, dude.
I was saying, what else is going on in world news? My bad.
Wake up, dude. How do you think?
I was up. I was just on mute. My bad.
Wake up, dude. Wake up, dude. Wake up. Dude. Yo, okay. So enough with the war talk. How do you think? What do you think? The Bank of Japan raising their rates. How do you think that's going to play out? Like it was already priced in this past week before like they announced the rate hike, obviously. But like, how do you think this carry trade is going to play out?
Yeah, weren't we talking about this last week that they were going to raise the rates from 0.5 points to 0.75 points, and they just confirmed that?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was already priced in. And they've been talking about raising the rates on it for quite some time now because it's been incredibly low for like the longest time in history. I don't know. I'll be the first one to say I've never been very skilled in like the macro sense of the market in terms of like, for example, like what does the price of oil do for the market? Like how does the interest rates impact the market on like a super macro level? Yes, I know, higher interest rates means bad for the market, right? Lower interest rates are better, cheaper money borrowing, yada, yada. I don't know. We'll see.
I think it's going to continue to add pressure onto the market, to be honest. I do.
What is I haven't checked in like a week or so. What is the dollar to yen right now? It's at 150. This thing we got to go to Japan ASAP before this all changes.
I think it's going to get stronger because the rates are going up.
Right.
And then, well, I don't know, man. Like if the yen gets stronger, that means
if the yen gets stronger, then it would be obviously stronger to the dollar. So we would lose.
Yeah.
We would lose buying power.
Yeah. But also, like, the inverse can happen too, where, if rates climb up and money's not as cheap to borrow, and then you see a lot of selling starting to happen from foreign investments, that could put pressure on the yen too.
We shall have to wait and see.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about stocks.
Let's get into some stuff that I really know. Guys, so like I said, beginning of the pod, or beginning of the update. We are in the week of Christmas, so stock market is closed Christmas Eve. It's closed Christmas Day. Always super kind of low volume around this time. It goes from like the last 2 weeks of December to, I want to say, like the first week of January. Volume really slows down. So expect trading to kind of slow down. But hold on, I just realized I jumped over some of my topics. Let's talk about the S&P 500 real quick, and then let's talk about what to expect for trading towards the end of the year. So what I want to say was that the S&P 500 closed the third year straight with gains, up 14.85% at the time that I took the notes for tonight's episode, which was right after the market closed. So S&P 500 is up 14.85% year to date. And then in the last 5 years, it's up 87%. That's pretty crazy. A little bit more than 15% a year on average, which brings me to a point that I was making. I think it was the last episode or the episode before, which I said, this is not financial advice whatsoever. This is just what I do for my hands-off stock investing, and even for my self-directed 401k, is I buy the S&P 500 every 2 weeks. If there's massive corrections, then I pile in more on it. But this is just showing you guys that the last 5 years we've seen an 87% increase in SPY, 14.8% this year. So investing in the S&P 500 on a bi-weekly, monthly, even 6-month basis, yearly basis, it's one of the most talked about like investment strategies. Like I was saying, this isn't something that I'm making up, right? This is what a lot of smart money says. Investing in the S&P 500 is in a sense pretty much bulletproof, because if your company isn't performing in the top 500, you get kicked out. So you're always going to be investing in the top 500 companies of the world. So pretty crazy stuff there for SPY, for anyone who invests in SPY. And speaking of SPY, so I got some little fun facts for us. The week including Christmas has been positive for the S&P 500 every 2 out of 3 years on average since 1945. Now, this is from a bespoke investment group that did this study. So basically, since 1945, during Christmas week, the S&P 500 has traded positive 2 out of 3 times. Now it says in the years where the index is up about 15% for the year, which, like I just said, SPY is up 14.85% for the year. So let's just say 15%. In the years that the S&P 500 has been up 15% of the year, that week the S&P 500 has traded positive 78% of the time. So if anyone trades S&P 500 and trades SPY contracts, I just thought those are some pretty cool numbers to know. So since 1945, if the year is up around 15%, 78% of the time, SPY has traded positive for the week, and it's been a weekly increase about 0.5%. So you can do simple math to see where the S&P 500 closed last week, and then add 0.5% on top of that. And then that's kind of what you can expect the range of the S&P 500 to be ending this week. Again, this isn't like concrete math. This is just going off of probabilities and historic data. And I thought that was some pretty cool, interesting data. And who is a huge big dog in the Magnificent Seven and in the S&P 500? Google is, right? Google is a big reason why the S&P 500 is performing so well, and so were the other Magnificent Seven. Now, there wasn't too much stock news this week for like crazy stuff that's going on. Besides what we've kind of been hearing is just a little bit of buzz of like AI updates. But the biggest update and news this week in the market was about Google. Google spent about $4.8 billion worth of cash to expand their computing and power capacity needed to continue developing their AIs. So one thing to look for going into 2026 is the energy sector stocks. Right now, energy has not been performing that well. Honestly, it hasn't. If you look at the energy ETF XLE, hasn't been performing that well. Now there is a stock that I want you guys to look up. It's called Next Era, NEXTERA. Next Era. They have some partners with Google. They are a energy company as well. They have been performing rather well compared to the rest of the energy sector. They're not too far away from previous all-time highs. They're about 15% from all-time highs, but they are bullish on our moving averages on the weekly time frames. I'm not saying get into this at all. It's still pulling back right now. What I'm saying is be aware of this stock and be aware of other energy stocks coming up, because here's kind of what's going on. By 2028, all of like the AI analysts and like Wall Street analysts that analyze this stuff, they're saying they're going to need 20 times more in electricity power by 2028, guys. That's only 2 years away. So can you imagine what that's going to do for the energy sector and for energy stocks? So a lot of these companies that are doing massive AI movements, right? Google, Nvidia, right? Tesla already does energy, right? All these big tech companies are going to be consuming massive amounts of power and electricity, and keep an eye out for that sector going into next year and the next few years. It's going to be a crazy sector. My bad, Justin. I just saw your hand was raised.
You're good. You're good, man.
How long was that up for?
A little minute. What was the name of the company you just said?
Next, next, the word next era.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
It's their stock ticker is NEE.
Okay, I thought this was the company that Trump Media is merging with for nuclear energy.
No, so I know they maybe, but I've never heard that. I just know that they just got into a strategic partnership with Google, this company.
Dude, look into TAE Technologies. Trump Media to merge with fusion startup TAE Technologies in $6 billion deal. Look into that.
Okay, guys, and then check out this stat. By 2030, that's 2 more years after 28, right? They're expected to demand 3 times the electricity than they are right now, bro. So from 2025 to 2028, we're going to see like a 20 to 25% increase. And literally from 2028 to 2030, a 300% increase from where we at right now for power and electricity. Do we think that maybe Elon's got the lead now because he's Mr. Solar, Mr. Energy?
Dude, Elon needs a lot of power. Elon's got the lead. Elon, dude, you think we're in an AI narrative now? Well, I'll tell you right now, next year is going to be the electricity narrative. All right, we're going back in time.
Voltorb Pokemon cards, Magneton Pokemon cards, they're about to go through the roof.
Dude, see, this is what I'm trying to say too, right? We go from NFTs, digital crypto, non-fungible tokens on the freaking internet, coded in the blockchain, back to cardboard paper, collecting cardboard papers. And now we go from AI, artificial intelligence, back to, oh, who's got the most electricity? You know? What's going on?
Dude, stuff changes, bro.
Maybe we just jumped the gun a little too much.
I
But
mean, dude,
you need electricity to fuel AI. Let's not forget that. Just kidding. I know it is all connected. Guys, I'm messing around. I'm not being serious. Okay, like that was not a serious take. Okay,
dude, I don't know, man. You sounded pretty serious.
Oh my god, I see the value in everything. All right, don't get me started.
So, yeah, that's going on. Other things. Gold Lover, which has a nice name, Gold Lover. You guys remember the Market Take episode when we were in Austria? I brought up the chart for silver. It was like $50, $51. In that video, I said, watch silver rip to $100 a year from now. It's at 68 now. It's gone up $17 since.
Dude, silver's having a run of the century.
Crazy run on silver.
It's having its
and
Litecoin
other sectors too, guys. Sectors you wouldn't think. Sectors that kind of died 5-6 years ago. Cruise ships, hotels, airlines. Those are coming back. Banks. We did calls on. Oh, don't want to say it because we're in that trade still. But banks are a strong sector right now, right? Banks are a strong sector. Carnivals are coming back. Hotels and Disney are coming back. Sectors that provide experiences and entertainment. Commodities, yes. Sectors that provide entertainment are coming back, guys. All the stuff that really took a big hit in COVID and never really kind of truly recovered. Disney is coming back strong right now. Disney and DraftKings are some of the strongest performing entertainment stocks right now. And their earnings per share, meaning the fundamentals on them, are really good. Disney's at like a plus 150% right now. DraftKings is like plus 300% right now on their earnings per share. So that means fundamentally these companies are good. So watch for the technicals to shift on them. And then we got the World Cup next year. We got the Olympics next year, towards the end of next year. So keep an eye out for the hotel stocks. Booking.com is ripping. Wynn's a strong one. Hyatt is testing all-time highs right now, guys. Hyatt.
Dude, you know what's crazy?
Some bank stocks are hitting new all-time highs. What's up, Justin?
For the economy doing as bad as people are saying it's doing, I mean, and how expensive things are, and stuff is expensive. Don't get me wrong. It's really expensive. It seems like to me, people are traveling more than ever.
They are.
Ever since, and I don't mean to toot our own horn, but ever since we've been like going on these world tours, I've been seeing a lot more people traveling. People that I normally don't see travel are starting to travel. They're broadening their horizons. We're trendsetters. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I see a ton of people traveling now. People that I know normally don't travel as much are starting to get out there, do all these, out of the box things that they're not in the norm, and they're doing it.
You know how we saw a massive rise in coaching businesses in the last 4 or 5 years. Now we're seeing a massive rise in health retreat experiences, hotels with biohacking, like infrared saunas, this, that, like, yoga, cool, like spin classes, high rocks, this, that, yada, yada, that stuff, dude. I'm telling you, the sectors are going to come back. They're coming back. Yeah, you got any more to touch up on that? I want to talk about one more thing, but before we go into crypto.
Nah, it just shows that people want to be outside.
Yeah,
and divorce rates are going to go higher.
What? The divorce rate? Dude, no, bro. Honestly, I
yes.
think I think the opposite, dude. All this, I think this remote stuff and all this like staying inside stuff just kind of ruined people. I think it's the opposite because people are meant to connect and interact. I think when people are back outside more, dude, I think this AI is going to be the doom of the social media companies, and they don't even know it because, like, when I keep seeing AI shit on Instagram, it starts to kind of upset me, and I just close it. I'm like, dude, I'm tired of like I don't know what the hell is real, so like I'm just not going to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe
Go
that'll
over.
play a
Would be an
positive
interesting.
effect, and people go outside and like be normal again.
Yeah, but Gold Lover brings up an interesting point, right? I'd be curious to see what the new total credit card debt is now compared to last year, and that will give us an answer if people are just straight up just traveling on debt, like Gold Lover is saying, because I mean that's definitely a big possibility. But it is nice seeing people, living their life now instead of, because yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I mean,
I
bro,
mean, dude,
COVID,
I get it, dude.
COVID,
I was buying Pokemon packs out of despair, just like knowing I'm not going to hit the Charizard from Phantasmal Flames, but I just kept spending money on it to try to make me feel better for a couple seconds.
yeah, you're coping or like honestly, while we're on the topic, right? Me and Arthur developed a little bit of an addiction over the past couple weeks. Okay, we started buying Pokemon cards. It hit the veins really fast.
It was real potent,
It was,
especially, dude. When you don't hit packs for a while and then you just rip one, dude, it just hits you
dude.
strong.
It was getting so bad to the point where we would buy them at the store and open the packs up right there at the store as soon as we bought them.
I would drive and rip. What's wrong with me?
Arthur,
Sick man does that.
Arthur would drive and rip. He'd be behind a wheel driving at 70 miles per hour, ripping Pokemon packs. God forbid
I
something
don't even know how
happened.
we got on this.
How do you even explain that? Like, why'd you crash into that family of four, Arthur? Oh, because I
No,
was
I
ripping.
didn't, dude. All right.
I didn't. No, I'm not saying you did. I'm saying like in the scenarios, like, oh, Arthur, how did you crash into that family of four and set
Oh,
their whole car on fire? Oh, because I was ripping Pokemon packs on the freeway
set their
because
whole
I'm a
car off.
degenerate. You know
I
what
was
I'm
trying to get
saying?
that prismatic Umbreon, you know what I'm saying?
That's how far down. That's how down bad we were. But I think I don't know if we've recovered, to be honest. Because I listen, we're probably gonna buy more, right?
Wait till
Especially.
you see what I did on Whatnot last night by mistake.
Oh man, dude.
I logged on to my credit card bill and I saw all the Whatnot charges. I was like,
Oh
wow,
Jesus, were you just
you
throwing
got a
$10
spending
bids
problem.
left and right?
Anyway, so guys, back to what we're talking about. Guys, what to expect end of the year trading. That's what I was talking on, but then I forgot to talk about the S&P 500 stuff. So what I was saying to expect with end of the year trading is that institutions from mid-December to the first week of January are pretty much taking their extended breaks. So, I love statistics and I love numbers. So, here's some numbers for you guys. During the holiday season, these next coming 2-3 weeks, volume from like on average has fallen down as low as like 20% of like all trading volume. So what I mean by is, let's say like the entire stock market's trading volume was 1 million, which I know it's way more than 1 million, right? But let's say it was 1 million on average trading volume. So that's dropped as low as 200K in trading volume, so 20%. But on average, trading volume drops down to 50 to 70% of the average volume during this time. And then you'll see like the algos just kind of like keeping the markets without getting too crazy. So a lot of the trading volume in this time right now is the retail market. It's the retail degens that can't take a break and stop trading for a bit. But just because it's low volume doesn't mean that the volatility calms down. It's actually the counter of that, because low volume can actually move the chart. So during these times when we are in lower volume, you'll see the spreads get worse, right? So let's say like, the normal spread, like the bid is 9.9, the ask is 10, and then the mid is like 9.95. So only 0.05 apart. In times where it gets worse, that spread can, get bigger. So you really want to watch out for low volume, especially in some of these cheaper stocks and cheaper cryptos. Volume will get real low. And for anybody that's trading options as well, the bid and ask spread on those contract prices will get pretty wide apart. So really be careful with what you guys trade in the coming weeks. There also, is a lot more risk of like false breakouts, just like sloppy like moves in the market overall. So a lot of the volume movers are kind of off this market. So honestly, take this time to hang out with your family, step away from the markets. You really won't miss much. If we do see some crazy movements, the historic Santa Claus rally that we've all heard, that's like the wildly documented phenomenon, which does happen. If it does happen, 9 out of 10 times, it happens on the last 5 trading days of December and the first 2 trading days of January. Okay. Since 1950, the S&P average has the S&P 500 has averaged a 1.3% gain during that time. Now, again, that's just the average over what's that? That's 75 years now. Doesn't mean it's going to be green this year. But if there is a rally, it happens in those 7 days, the last 5 trading days and the first 2 trading days of January. And a lot of that movement still is done by retail. A lot of retail likes to buy; they don't really short, so that's why it does end up being kind of a excuse me, a bullish week. With all that said, too, also take into account that the last week of the year is used for tax loss harvesting, right? These big hedge funds, these big institutions, if they want to claim losses at the end of the year, right, they have to close their positions, right? So let's say X bank is down $100,000 on their Tesla long-term investment, right? They can close that position, claim the 100K loss. They can rebuy Tesla into the next year. So a lot of crazy stuff happens. And then you start to see the dust settle and the trends happen about the second weekend of January. Just what to expect in the next 2-3 weeks, guys.
Hey, and you see it in the crypto market too right now. There's a lot of people trying to offset a lot of stuff that they bought that they're down bad on. So you could see some floor prices to drop on meme coins and NFTs as well if you're in that game. And crypto tokens as well. But altcoins. But yeah. Also I want to mention, guys, make sure you check out our Austria vlog on our YouTube, directly on our YouTube channel, stocklock.com. I believe you wanted to talk about that, Arthur, or stock Unlocked.
What?
The Austria video. You wanted to talk about the Austria video?
No. I was saying if you guys watched the market update we did when in Austria, silver was like $51, $50.
Oh,
And I was saying watch that one if you guys want to see the silver predictions.
oh, yeah. I believe that's Market Take episode number 9 or 8, guys. That he's referring to. Yeah. Should we move into crypto?
Yep. I'm all pooped.
I know. All right. Well, give us a brief rundown on Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Oh yeah. So okay, another video you guys should watch. Watch the Bitcoin and Ethereum video update we did 2 weeks ago. What we spoke about to what to watch out for for Bitcoin and Ethereum to confirm, this would need to happen. If Ethereum doesn't confirm, this would happen. Exactly what we discussed in the video. That's exactly what's happening on both of those charts right now. Bitcoin rejected the daily 34 EMA. Ethereum pulled back to the 34 EMA and fell completely through. Did not hold at all that day. So both are in bearish trend. They are consolidating right now, which is nice, but we've only been sideways for about a month. The last time we were sideways for about 3 weeks in October, and then we hit new lows again. So not out of the woods just yet. We are rejecting our bullish moving averages, which is the 34 EMA on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So still be careful there on that side. And then a crypto coin that we just stopped out on a alert but crushed on GM coins, Night, guys. So the token Night, NIGHT, full name Midnight, that token quickly climbed up to the top 5 volume in the entire crypto market, and has been absolutely exploding. For the folks that are in stock and locked, our member Ryan may be connecting us with the team over at Midnight, and we might be bringing them on for a for the Market Take episode next week. So if that happens, we'll definitely let you guys know. But talk about a great way to end the year with the last episode of the Market Take with a special guest from a token that a lot of us just made some good money on.
Dope. All right, guys. Aside from that, there is some crypto security that we got to go over. Okay. Something just happened recently, right? Who knows what address poisoning scam is?
I've never heard of that before. What is it?
Okay. I've actually kind of fell victim to this, something similar, right? So you could do these with URLs, or you could do these with crypto addresses. All right. But if you know what an address poisoning scam is, put in the chat. Anyways, let me read this to you guys. According to Slow Miss Monitoring, a user lost nearly 50 million in USDT to an address poisoning scam. The victim mistakenly copied a lookalike address from transaction history and transferred 49.99999.950 USDT to the attacker. The stolen funds were then converted to ETH, split into multiple wallets, and partly moved into Tornado Cash. All right, this is how the scam works, guys. Scammers monitor public blockchains for active wallets, particularly those engaging in frequent or large transactions. The attacker uses a specialized software to generate a vanity wallet address that closely mimics the victim's legitimate and frequently used address, often matching first and last few characters, which users often glance at. Like we do it all the time, guys. Like how, like if I'm going to make sure the address is legit, I'm literally just checking the last 4 or the first 4 or whatever. The scammer sends a very small amount. So this is how they do it, right? So when they create the lookalike address, right, they'll send a very small amount of cryptocurrency from the lookalike address to the victim's wallet, right? So it's like a perception game. It's like, okay, I'm familiar with this address, right? And then places the fraudulent address in the victim's transaction history. So there's a lot of times, and listen, I've done this before too, right? Like sometimes if I'm looking for an address, I'm looking through history from previous. It's a very bad habit to do, and it's a surefire way to get drained. So the point is, don't make sure you're verifying each address from each end, right? Wherever you're sending money to. Always use the copy and paste function on the websites, on the actual websites. And always grab the don't look at history, always grab the address from both verified parties. So yeah. And that's what's called an address poisoning, poisoning address scam. It's a very sneaky, shisty way of getting your funds stolen, and you'll never get it back, right? So make sure make sure you're practicing good hygiene for your crypto transactions and your wallet. A lot of these wallets, and here's good ways to prevent it too. A lot of these wallets have address book functions now, right? Including Phantom, including MetaMask, and save all the addresses that you use that you frequently use, and name them and organize yourself. If you have to, I know it's very like monotonous and cumbersome. It's to like verify the address by every letter and number. But better safe than sorry. But again, listen,
That is crazy though, because I always look at like the last 6 or 7. Jesus Christ, I always look at the last six or 7 numbers, and I see if that's the right one, then that's the right one. I look at the first 5 and the last 5 and make sure it's good, and then I send it. So if it's something in between, I wouldn't really catch that most of the time.
And guys, if you're moving around a ton of money, like always send a test address at first, right? Of a very small amount, just to make sure you're sending it to the right place. Because like sometimes we get a little side distracted, right? We're on our phones, we get side distracted with something, someone's yapping in your ear, something pops up on your phone, you misclick something, and then boom, you just sent funds like to the complete, wrong wallet or the wrong way, and you lose your money for it. This happened with me with XRP. Like I didn't put
your memo note. You weren't pissed.
Yeah, I put it in the wrong memo note or whatever, and literally it took me months and months to recover it from Coinbase support.
Oh, but you recovered it though?
Yeah,
that's at least you recovered it, big dog.
Dude, it took a long time though. It took a long time. But yeah, I would say it probably took like 3 months to recover.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was yeah. But yeah, so because the thing is, if you send it to the right address but you put in the wrong memo note, it gets put into like a like general pool, right? Like a general pool in Coinbase. And like they take a super long time of like of going through transaction history, and you have to prove your identity in a million different ways. And then you also got to show like transaction history from where it went to this, and show them like all these different times. It was just a stupid long process. Anyways, but yeah, that's something you guys need to look out for. Last but not least, man, who knows Tom Lee?
I do.
Guy's kind of I don't know. His company's not aligned with him. You guys know Tom Lee. He's a super Ethereum bull, right?
He did school that one chick about Bitcoin on live air one time. That was funny.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not saying Tom Lee is dumb by any means. The guy's a very smart guy, right? But Tom Lee, if you guys don't know who Tom Lee, he is the founder of Fundstrat. Fundstrat is literally an Ethereum strategy company. They have billions of dollars of Ethereum holding Ethereum. And you could only imagine that Tom Lee wants Ethereum to be bullish, and he's made predictions, like crazy predictions, even just recently, right? Like I think he literally said that Bitcoin was going to, or Ethereum was going to go to 7,000 by the end of the year, and he like said that last week or something.
15K and shit too. He was saying, remember?
Yeah, he was saying 12K, yeah. 62, or something like that. But his analyst at his own company, so you wonder, where is he getting this information from if it's not from like his internal analyst? But his internal analysts at Fundstrat think the opposite of him. They think Bitcoin's crypto in general is going to go through like a pretty serious correction. They think there's going to be a pretty big drawdown, and they're forecasting Bitcoin to hit 60 to 65K and ETH to 1,800. Now, I'm not trying to fearmonger you guys. I'm really not. Because at the end of the day, we're DCing into Ethereum and Bitcoin every week, regardless, right? You know what I'm saying? We catching those dips, but that's how like misaligned they are from each other. I don't know. and he's been, Tom Lee's been getting clowned about it for the past couple of days. And it kind of set people into a panic.
Yeah. He also is the co-founder of Bitmine, guys. I'm not sure if you said that already, Justin.
I said Fundstrap, but yeah, Bitmine as well. But yeah. Other than that, guys, yeah. Other than that, not much crypto news. I just want to recap some things. You've seen me starting to DCA into a couple different coins, slowly but gradually. I'm a lot of these like good, especially like some of these memes, right? Like Farcoin and Wrecked. I think like these 90% drawdowns on them are pretty bottomed out. So I'm just sprinkling in them, right? We're sprinkling in them for the what if. Guys, when I call these DCAs, like especially in this type of market, I'm not going heavy into these at all. Like I'm not throwing a lot of money in these at all. Right? It's just a weekly DCA to slowly start accumulating a bag. And it's literally money that you do not care to see disappear. Seriously, it's literally you're throwing pocket change into the DCA. Just in case for the inevitable, because these prices for Farcoin, these prices for Rect, to me, even MOG are pretty bottom bargain barrel prices. But yeah, that's all I got to say.
One sec, big dog.
I can't wait.
All right. Yo, who's in the Rolex tournament? Anyone in the chat right now in the Rolex tournament? Oh, I know someone's in the Rolex tournament from the chat. There's 108 people in here.
Well, let's give a recap of the tournament that we have going on right now, in case people are not aware.
Oh man, night. Yeah. So we are having our annual holiday trading tournament from December 19th to January 16th. First place, whoever grows their account the most between that time period of 4 weeks, gets a Rolex from the Stock Unlock team. Whoa, we gave one away last year, and this year we're gonna do the same. Good luck, everyone trading in the tournament. Make sure you guys are staying tuned for your Lucre invites. They are going out slowly, 5 at a time per week. Check your emails, check your junk emails. If you don't have one just yet, just be patient. Rest assured, if you filled out the beta app, you will get an invite. The holiday hours are posted in the Discord announcement that I did today, guys. But just to recap, we're closed the 24th, 25th, and 26th. We reopen and then closed through that weekend. We are open again December 29th and December 30th. And then we're closed again the 31st and come back January 5th, which is that Monday after New Year's. So any questions you guys have for trading, crypto, how to do good in the tournament, strategies, all this, that, make sure you guys are asking today, tomorrow, and Monday and Tuesday of next week, because we're going to be away every other day. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Fill out those tickets. Guys, also, if you're new to Stock Lock, I know we got a couple new members. Well, first of all, let me reiterate something. If you're new here and you're wondering how to participate in the tournament, you have to be a paying member in Stock Locked. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's how you join the tournament. That's how you become eligible for the tournament. You have to be a member in Stock Locked because one, that's where all the plays are going to be at. And two, that's we only give that specific tournament entry within the group. So if you want a chance at winning a Rolex and you think you're a dope trader, then become a Stock Lock member. Number 2, I know we have a couple new members. If you're here watching, keep in mind what Arthur is saying about days that we're not going to be available for that we're not going to be in office, right? 24th, 25th, and then the New Year's days, right? So if you need to do your one-on-one with me, it's going to have to be, and I'll block them out in my calendar, but it's going to have to be days revolving around that. And that's it. All right, guys. Arthur, you got anything else you want to say?
That's all I got, big dog. Thanks, everyone. See you guys on the trade floors. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy holidays. That's all I got.